And it is a month-long conference that is bringing together experts and innovators in immersive education that are disrupting education around the world. This event is being filmed, so be aware that we are filming this event, and the recording should have already started for this incredible univirtual experience. Now, y'all can come on closer. We do bite, but you'll enjoy it. So you come on down. There's plenty of room on the bleachers. All these people are sitting up against the wall, up the back edge. I know you. I really respect people that sit in the back row, but come on down. We like having everybody so you can get in close. All right. So the Univirtual Experience is a month-long conference. It is a partnership with the Virtual World Society and Educators in VR. Before we get started with our incredible event with the XR Medical and Healthcare Team Project with Dina Maria Faneker, CaptainVR, I'd like to take a moment and thank our amazing sponsors who make the Univirtual Experience not only possible, but free all month long. Come on, give it up. That is pretty cool. We could not do this without the financial support and this in-kind support from all of our different sponsors to make this possible. So thank you to HP, Virtual Reality and HP Higher Education. They're our Infinity sponsors, and they just released a new edition of the HP Reverb G2. Oh my God, it's so amazing. And it's really appropriate that I mention it for this particular event because of the fact that it has eye tracking, eye monitoring, a little different. It tracks your pulse. It tracks your heartbeat, and so the HP Reverb G2 new special edition is being used in medical healthcare and therapy research. And so it is an amazing device that is really changing things up to allow that real-time tracking for virtual experiences and therapies and whatnot. So do check out all the information on our website at educatorsinvr.com, and also
She'll be back. She'll be back.
All right. Lorel will be back shortly. Yep. As soon as she gets her internet connection back.
Okay. Yes, I
There you
am.
are.
Thank you. Oh, the internet. Okay, so we'd also want to thank our Galaxy sponsors, Engage VR and Advanced Education, that are absolutely changing the way that all of this works. If you were here yesterday, you would have seen our Grove XR, one of our stellar sponsors, was just rocking it, talking about this amazing classroom remote monitoring system. Amazing, so that they can set up and actually see what the students are doing. The teacher can see as they're learning in VR. The VR Lady with Dr. Angelina Dayton is going to be hosting an event here in later on in a few hours, exploring the V roomers, the young people that are actually spending more time in virtual reality than they are the real world, and looking at that whole new shift that's going on. Donna McTaggart of the Let's Meet in VR, she's the event manager and director for Educators in VR, and she also is an event producer as well. We want to thank her and Frame VR and Learn Bright. And we have two brand new sponsors, LBX Immersive and Waking Dream XR. We'll have our exhibit hall open very, very soon again, and on specific hours. So do look for those. We'll be announcing those pretty soon. Now, I also want to thank the amazing Tony Cube Studios and all of our video volunteers who have been working endlessly to record all our events so that you can see them even though you're not here. So, all right, I'm going to turn this over to our amazing, great leader for the XR Medical and Healthcare Team Project as part of Educators in VR. It's our special interest group. Jim, it's all you.
All right. Thank you, Lorel. How's everybody doing today? That's awesome. So my name is Jim Intriglia. I am the co-founder and team leader for the XR Medical and Healthcare Team Project. And for those of you attending for this first time, the XR Medical and Healthcare Team Project, we basically engage healthcare practitioners, managers, and subject matter experts. These professionals typically are actively engaged in immersive technology. that advance patient care and improve the access, delivery, and management of healthcare services, which is so important to all of us. The team members on our project, we basically explore, we do a lot of research, we create, we manage, we work with subject matter experts to present content that educates and informs. Our topics are telemedicine, medical and wellness applications, disability, mental health, management and technology, and other healthcare related topics. Today, I'm excited with Dana Maria's presentation on PSYCH-K because, as you're aware, we started this team focused on the clinical aspects of healthcare. Mental health and the mental aspects of healthcare can also impact positively and negatively our physical well-being. And I have some personal experience, as probably a lot of people in the audience do, with how changing your mental state through things like what Dana Maria is going to talk about, and even things like meditation can have a positive outcome with respect to your physical condition. So with that said, I'd like to introduce Gabriela. She is a co-founder of our team and manager of speaker events. So she will introduce Dana Maria. Gabriela, it's all yours.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy that you all are here. So Dana Maria will be talking about how PSYCH-K process transcends the standard methods of visualization, affirmations, willpower, and positive thinking. This process can be especially effective in areas of behavioral habit change, wellness, and stress reduction. What amazing. So let's say welcome to her and thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you so much, Gabriela and Jose and Jim. Really nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me. I just will get my remote control to move the slides. They are here in this direction. So, and then I come back to you guys. Let me see. First, I will put it on the right slide. Okay. Moment, please. This was not working. Okay. Slides are not working. Sorry about that. Okay. There's a second one here. We had that before. I'm sorry, guys, to keep you waiting. I just have to re-enter the space to make the slides move, or else Gabriela or Jim, can you do the slides for me? Somehow they won't move for me. I'm just gonna re-enter the space. Maybe that solves the problem. Yeah? Great, great. Yes, please. Can you put them on the first slide just to introduce myself? My name is Dana Maria Faneker. I'm the founder of CaptainVR and I've been sailing around the world. Next slide, please. First as a crew member and later as a captain, and now I empower people to become the captains of their lives, and virtual reality is the most powerful tool to help me with my mission. That's why I founded a company called CaptainVR. Next slide, please. The mission of CaptainVR is to develop immersive VR coaching and digital experiences to boost people so they can practice, learn, and develop in a safe, fun, and interactive environment. And by developing experiences in which people are confronted with situations that cause stress or fear, or by confronting people with their goals and dreams in life, people are given the opportunity to take back control over their lives and realize their full potential. So how did it all started? In 2006, I had a life-change experience during a 3-day seminar. And in this seminar, because of this seminar, I actually, for the first time, felt that I was the captain of my life. And there my coaching career started. And I wanted to have other people to have the same experience of life. And I use a lot of different coaching techniques. PSYCH-K is one of these methods, and I will talk about, of course, this for most of the time. By applying certain coaching methods to myself and others for years, I got really specialized in recognizing, regulating, and reducing all sorts of stress. And PSYCH-K is a very effective method to help me in these coaching sessions. So PSYCH-K is a simple and direct way. Maybe, are there people here who are familiar with PSYCH-K? Can you give me some smileys? Does anybody know this coaching method? No? Nobody? Okay, good. That's good, because this is an introduction to PSYCH-K, but also to give you an experience. How does it work? So can you please go to the next slide? Yes. So PSYCH-K is a simple and direct way to change self-limiting beliefs on the subconscious level of the mind, where nearly all human behavior, both constructive and destructive, originates. PSYCH-K is a process that transcends the standard methods of visualization, meditation, affirmations, and also is much more effective because it helps to reduce the self-limiting beliefs. Moment, please. Yes, thank you. Moment, please. So it's really effective on the areas of behavior change and wellness and stress reduction. And Professor, research and scientist Bruce Lipton has written about this work on a scientific level and the biology of belief. Can you do the last slide, Gabriela, please? So he has written about this on a scientific level in the biology of belief. And the biology of belief is a book that is about the groundbreaking technology of belief in the field of new biology. And the implications of this research radically change our understanding of life. Sorry, if you don't understand me, please give me sometimes like a hand. Can we put down the raise hand button? And you can ask me questions. And maybe if I go too quick, sometimes I talk too quick, you can ask me to repeat the question. But the implications of this research radically change our understanding of life, showing that the genes and DNA do not control our biology. Instead, DNA is controlled outside by signals outside the cell. That means the environment. And Bruce Lipton was talking about this on big events worldwide. And during these events, after these events, people started questioning, how does it work? How can we implement this in real life? And then Bruce was always a little bit stuck in words, because he was a scientist. He knew how it worked on a scientific level, but not how to implement this in real life. So, so Bruce explains there's a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And on a day-to-day basis, our subconscious mind runs the show up to 95% of the day. That means that with only positive thinking, that we only can do 5% of the day, we will not come that far. So change your subconscious programs and change your life. Next slide, please. So Bruce met Rob Williams after one of these sessions. Bruce was talking about the scientific biology of belief on these events, but he could not explain to the people how that it worked. And then on one of these events, by coincidence, or meaningful coincidence, was Rob Williams. And Rob Williams was the founder of PSYCH-K. And he could explain exactly how to implement it in real life. And that's how they became friends and started also a working relationship and teaching people all around the world on how to do this, how to use this scientifically proven method also in real life. So I'm going to teach you a little bit how does it work, and also we'll do an exercise with you guys, but I can only touch a little bit because many times you have to go do the muscle test, and this is I cannot do for you, but I will explain more about it in a few minutes. So any questions so far? No? Just there's a one question, yeah? Because, yeah? I don't hear you. Yeah? Oh.
Yeah. So far, you've said that the subconscious affects our behaviour. I'm not sure there's anything new in that, but what were the actual results of Professor Lipton's research? Are we talking about epigenetics? Are we talking about Jungian
Yes.
philosophy, or what we're talking
Yes.
about epigenetics?
Yes, epigenetics, yes.
Yeah. And what did he find? Could you
He
explain?
finds,
I understand. I know
he
what
find that
epigenetics is, but
he find that the environment controls our and the surroundings. So if we can control,
well,
if we can choose,
yeah,
yeah.
go on. It influences our expression of genes. It doesn't necessarily control it.
Yeah, influences. Maybe that's the right word to put it. Good. Thank you for saying that.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It is maybe. Yeah, it is about PSYCH-K, the coaching method that also Bruce Lipton is promoting. So it's more about how you can use this into your daily lives and how a coach can use this combined also with virtual reality. So this is the topic. And if you want to go more in depth, we can also go of how Bruce, of what is his idea behind it. We can better talk it after this session, or else we don't have time for the exercise. But yes, I only touch a little bit on what Bruce Lipton is saying on this subject. And that is what I already was saying, that 95% of the day you do on your subconscious level of the mind. So, and only 5% of the day you do consciously. And if people talk about the law of attraction and positive thinking, but if you are positive thinking, it's only happening only of many times on the conscious level of the mind. So it's 5% of the day you do consciously reacting to your environment, and there is not where the problem is. And there, if you can learn on the subconscious level of the mind, you can learn 500,000 times faster than you can on the conscious level on the mind. So the PSYCH-K is a method that can touch that way of learning. It's a quick learning system, actually. I hope I answered a little bit of your question. Maybe not totally, but we can talk a little bit more about it later on. Thank you, Paul, for your question. Was it Paul? Yeah, thank you. Okay, so Rob Williams developed PSYCH-K in 1988. And PSYCH-K was inspired by a variety of processes like business counseling, psychotherapy, NLP, hypnosis, kinesiology, Reiki, and also Ho'oponopono. So these therapy coaching methods he was using in his sessions already since 1988. And then he developed PSYCH-K. So this is a method used in therapy sessions, and still, yeah, he found that the process was too slow. So that's why he wanted to develop his own method. and PSYCH-K was born. And with PSYCH-K, you can change. Sorry. With PSYCH-K, you can work on the subconscious level of the mind, and the subconscious mind is quickly, on the subconscious mind, you can quickly and easily create large and lasting changes. This is possible because of the subconscious mind process information more 500,000 times faster than our conscious mind. So we are, some people even, or scientists say even more, but I got this from some scientific article that it's 500,000 times faster if you learn on the subconscious mind, or you process information on the subconscious mind 500,000 times faster than you can do on the conscious level of the mind. So with PSYCH-K, you can change negative thought patterns into positive thought patterns. And this process takes you 15 to 45 minutes. And let me see, with PSYCH-K, I used PSYCH-K in combination. I learned about PSYCH-K in 2012, and I used it on patients or clients, I call them, on social anxiety, public speaking, fear of skiing, social phobia, or wasp phobia, the removal of blockages for love relationship. I used it on work on self-love and self-worth, on the fear of heights, and on money mindset and career, and stress management. This is all I used PSYCH-K for. And especially in combination with VR coaching, so I'm an expert on the level of VR coaching, it's really working well, because when you first expose a person to what he's afraid of, what his biggest challenge, and then build the exposure up to a certain stress level, and ask him to give you a number between 0 and 10. 0 is no stress, and 10 is unbearable stress. And that person gives you a 7 or higher, you take them out of the VR experience and work with them with PSYCH-K. And normally, after that, we put the VR glasses back on and test the level of stress while being in the experience. And normally, there's a significant drop in the level of stress while being in the experience. So with this method, I can help people within three sessions from their fear of heights, or the fear of wasp phobia, or any challenge. I don't say any challenge because I did not do any challenge, but it's a very effective method to do combined, especially with VR coaching. There's a question. Let's see. Shall I answer the question, or does anybody else do that? Okay, I will ask it. Paul, do you have a question? Okay, I don't hear anybody. I saw this question coming up. Sorry, yeah, go on.
So far, you've described the most well-proven method of reducing fears by graded exposure. I take it you're going on to talk about how VR can add a added benefit, but yeah, it's well established that gradual exposure to say you fear going over a bridge. You look at a picture of a bridge, you take a video of a bridge, you walk over a bridge, you end up hanging from the Golden Gate Bridge with sharks swimming underneath. So, obviously that's a silly example, but yes, what you've described is a well-established process. But I want to know how, I'd like to know, I'm sure we would, how VR can make this more beneficial.
Okay, next slide, please. Yeah, so VR, especially in the fear, so I'm not going to talk about VR coaching today. I'm talking about PSYCH-K today. So, but I do give sessions about VR coaching because this is my real job, VR coaching, and using other methods in between. But how virtual reality is used is to test if your coaching method is really working. So PSYCH-K or EFT I'm also using, and key training and Reiki, all methods I'm using in my coaching method. And you test with VR actually if you got progress in your session. So it's a test method, but also it's an exposure method. So you expose people to what they fear of or to their goals, and also so you can expose to reduce the fear, so you can build up the fear, and then until you cannot go on with the patient or client, and you take them out of the experience and go back to your other methods. And if that is also visualization is really working well. So many people in coaching, we use visualization a lot. So visualization is a very great tool to help people to, for example, reach goals and dreams. If you already feel that you got it, then the goal in real life will get easier for you to reach. But many people have difficulties to visualize. Visualization is not for everybody. Many people have different have difficulties to visualize or see the picture in their mind. And PSYCH-K is also helping with that. So PSYCH-K is very effective to help people to create this picture in their mind. But also VR, of course, is very, you can paint the picture for the person. They don't need to visualize anymore. That's why virtual reality is so effective with goal reaching and dream reaching. So I hope that answered your question. And if you want to know more about that, I will go on another time. But normally there's a significant drop in the stress level, and the client can handle the situation in VR much better and feels more control over his feeling of the situation. So you will test again with VR, and then you get more control. The person gets more and more in control over the feeling, but also the situation, and in situations with people, but also situations that are difficult for people to handle. So, and with this method, I wish to help people to lose their fear or their self-limiting belief in a very short period of time. My goal is 3 sessions. It doesn't work with everybody, but for example, I had a woman with wasp phobia. She was extremely frightened for wasps. She was already 51 years old. Her whole life she had wasp phobia, and she came to me to ask me if I could help her. And I didn't have any experience with wasp phobia, and I'm a coach. I'm not a psychologist. Normally, you would send people like that with that extreme fear to a psychologist. But she told me that I was her last hope, or this method was her last hope, VR coaching, because the healthcare industry already tried. She tried it 2 times, EMDR therapy, and also some other therapies she had from the mental health institution, and nothing was helping. And she said they wouldn't help her anymore. She was, how you say it, if somebody's had all they could give, she was a person like that. So she was desperate in need, and I told her, okay, I will take the risk or try experiment with you in a session. I'm a very good coach, I want to say. I learned coaching from a very early age, from my 18-year-old years. Actually, it started on ships, but also as a ski teacher, bringing people up to high mountains. It is a very, steps. You need to take steps, certain steps, safe steps, to give people a clear path so they can feel safe to go have this development. Anyway, so in that time I had a developer who asked me if he could develop something for me, and I told him to make 6 levels of the wasp phobia app. and then easy level till a very difficult level. And easy level was wasps come in a room. It was a room, a closed room with a little window in the back, and wasps come from far into the room, stay on a distance, and then that was the first level. And second level was a wasp come closer, a little bit closer to the person who was in the space, the avatar. And then the third level was you don't see the wasp, but you hear them. And then level 6 was wasp on your landing on your arm. So this woman had extreme fear of wasps. And we started very, very safely and slowly, first by only giving the sound of the wasp. That was already really frightening for her. And then we built up the 10s and asking numbers. So I asked all the time numbers between 0 and 10. And if she said 7, you could also see in the body language or in her muscles in the face that she was so tense that she was not coachable anymore. And then I would get her out of the experience and move back to PSYCH-K or other methods. So, but PSYCH-K is a very effective method because you don't have to go to the pain. Of course, with VR, you go to the pain and fear, but with PSYCH-K, you don't have to go to the pain and fear, and it really works fast. Question? Yeah, can you push the raise hand button? Oh, it's not there. Anybody? Can you raise the hand button? Gabriela, can you? Yeah, so you can raise your question, Paul. So I can give you, yes, you can still, you're not on mute. I don't hear you. Now?
You should have it. Paul.
Yeah, I've got it. Yeah, I've got it now. Yes. So far, you made some quite grand claims that you learn 5,000 times more subconsciously than you do consciously, and you've described graded exposure. But what exactly is PSYCH-K? I take it you're going on to that. Perhaps I haven't been listening properly. But what is PSYCH-K?
So PSYCH-K is a coaching method. It's a method that I will go through the steps right now, so you can see a little bit how does it work. Yeah. So PSYCH-K, can you go to the next slide, please, Gabriela? Thank you. Yeah. Questions? We already had that. So let me see. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, moment, please. Yes, actually, it's good too. But what I want to do, it's also to show you how it works with an exercise. But also many times, if this exercise will take about 15 minutes, then you get a little bit of an experience of one of the tools we use in PSYCH-K. But therefore, you need to be really hydrated. So actually, always with coaching, we ask you to drink a lot of water. Maybe not all coaches do that, but I always do that because it's very good to be hydrated, especially if you work on progress or development, personal development. So it would be good for everybody to take a minute break, to drink some water, but also maybe take a pen and paper. Maybe for the people with VR classes, you don't have to have pen and paper, but if you can peek and sit down at the table and peek and just write some statements down, it would help you later on to really maybe get a really benefit from this session. Yeah, so we can work already a little bit on some statements or affirmations you want to have, solved, or your goals. We want to work on your goals. So yeah, we give you 1 minute, and in the meantime, I will just maybe answer some more questions. Anybody more questions? Then we can wait until I go to the next session. Is it clear? Can you give me some smileys or hearts that if it's clear? Of course, not how it works, but good. It's not for everybody.
Donna
but
Maria, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you were mentioning the person that you treated with the fear of wasps. Was that application a VR application that you had developed? And the second question is, did you see some benefit to developing a VR application versus a 2D application to help with the people that we coach as far as fears?
Yeah, actually I have only experience with 3D applications. So this WASP app was a 3D application, and it was really significant. I didn't even tell the success, but she was so happy that she came with me to different sessions through Holland. She came with me to talks and tell about her experience. On the VR days, for example, in 2016, she talked about her experience with me as a coach and a VR coach and her results. And she never been on holiday. For the first time in her life, she went on a holiday for the first time alone. She did not have to be escorted anymore from her work to the car and from the car to her home, because she needed always an escort. And she was never able to go with her grandchildren to sitting on a terrace outside, or eating ice cream outside, because that would really panic her. So these were all really nice results, but it was with a 3D app, so virtual reality, exposure therapy actually, or exposure coaching. But I do believe 2D.
I was curious about that.
Yeah, but I do believe 2D will be also very effective. Maybe with this woman, you could start already with 2D. I think you could start with everybody in 2D, with fears especially, because it's really safe, and even a safer way maybe to confront people with fears with 2D, I think. And then
great.
go with the...
Well, I think you have just enough time to lead it in the session today to lead everybody through the exercise. So maybe we can.
Yeah, exactly. We go on. Yeah, thank you. I love the questions though, also from Paul. But I hope everybody is back now. So how does it work? There's a little bit more to it than I will explain now, but basically it comes down to, can you go to the next slide, please? To make clear statements, to test beliefs. So write statements always down and keep them KISS, keep them short and simple. Make a clear and positive statement. Be precisely. Say it like you already have it. Always in the present time, not past. Always in the first person, and make it meaningful. This is really important. Next slide, please. So examples of beliefs that you can test. I am healthy. I make healthy choices. I have a wonderful, loving relationship. I am very happy and passionate about my work. So this is really important, that people understand that people are always thinking about what we don't have in life. Of many people do that. And this is about how we can focus on where you want to go in life, and how you and to focus on what you do have in life. And this is make you more aware. So if you have clear statements, then 2. Next slide, please. Muscle testing. Muscle testing, kinesiology. So with muscle test, you can check if the statement is strong or weak. Normally you need a PSYCH-K therapist for this, but you can also learn how to do it yourself if you do a PSYCH-K practice. So with muscle testing, you can test if the statement is strong or weak. Strong means you believe what you are saying, and this is true to you, and you are not blocked on this subject. Weak means you don't believe what you are saying. This is true to you. This is not true to you, and you are blocked. And that means if you are blocked, if you don't believe what you're saying, that this goal is really hard to reach for you. So, and what we then do, step 3. Next slide, please. Is a balance. And a balance is a certain body posture. And this is different each time. So you need to know a lot of body postures that work on different ways. And if you see the before picture, you see the left side. On the left side, you see the image of someone who is really resisting this new goal. So it's before the PSYCH-K treatment. He's really resisting this new goal, and you can see it in the brain. And in PSYCH-K, if this in the middle, you see the person who is in the PSYCH-K doing a balance and is in a whole brain state. And this is no resisting. He's not resisting any goal or dream, or has no stress on this subject. Then after 1 year, they measured again this person on the same goal. And here you see he shows acceptance to the new goal, even after 1 year not completing any more PSYCH-K work with goal statement. So it was, the resisting is gone, and they did only a one-time process or one session process. So, and step 4 is again muscle testing to check if the statement is still is strong, and then the process is done. Okay, and this we cannot do because you need a therapist to do it, or you need someone who does a muscle test for you. But what we can do is affect to the future. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yeah, Back to the Future is a process. No, sorry, one back. Yeah, thank you. And now we can write some things down. And if you cannot write it down, no problem. First, you put your date, or think about the date of today and a name, your name, on a piece of paper or in your mind. And then you think of something, a goal or a statement. And think about what you do want to reach in your life. Just one statement in the present time. What do you want to reach? What is your statement? So I have reached this goal. I am. If you have a goal written down or thinking of one, we're gonna visualize first. So what will you see in life that will let you know that you achieved your goal? You can write it down and one, or think about it. You can close your eyes or open the eyes while you're thinking and visualizing. But what will you see in life that will let you know that you achieved this goal? Okay, not too much because we're gonna do another one. So second thing you see in life. So write another thing down. What you will see in life that will let you know that you have reached this goal. How does that look like? Think about that you see yourself in a movie, like the movie of your person. How does it look like when you reach your goal? And then another one. Again, you will visualize again the third thing you will see in life when you reached your goal. And look also to your face. What happens with your face? And who is around you? Which people are around you when you have reached your goal? What will you see in life when you reached your goal? And now we're going to go to the step auditory. I'm sorry. What will you hear people say about you when you reach your goal? What will people say about you? Write that down or think about it. What will people say about you when you've reached your goal? And what will people say? What will you say about yourself? What will you say about yourself when you reach your goal? Think about that and write it down if you can or want. What will you say to yourself when you reach your goal? And then we go to the kinesthetic. How will you feel when you reached your goal? How does that feel like? Which feeling you will get when you reached your goal? And have you ever felt that feeling before at any time of your life? If yes, close your eyes and get in touch with that feeling now and nod your head. Oh yeah, sorry, you don't have to nod your head now. But get in touch with that feeling now. If no, what kind of feeling would that be? Try to feel, to lock on to this feeling. So close your eyes, in a safe space, of course, or sit down. Close your eyes and get in touch with that feeling. And where in your body do you feel it the most? Where in your body do you feel it the most? And if the feeling has a color, what color is it? What color has this feeling? And shape. If the feeling has a shape, what kind of shape is it? If the feeling has a shape, what shape is it? And temperature. If the feeling has a temperature, what temperature is it? And texture. If the feeling has a texture, how does it feel when you touch it? And now check if the statement is true to you. Just, is it positively stated? Is it in the first person? Just check, have a last check to this goal, this statement. Is it the right statement? Is it in the first person? And can you think of any adverse consequences to achieving this goal? Consider the pros and cons proposed change to the proposed change. Are you resisting this change, or is there anything that will negatively impact when you achieve this goal? And if not, then we can go on to the next session. So then normally we would do a balance. And this balance will get you in the whole brain state. And then in the whole brain state, you repeat the positive statement. And then after repeating, you feel a change. So the people who do this feel a change, and then they open their eyes. And then you test with the muscle test if the process is done. And then you test the statement again, if it's strong or weak. And if it's strong, you celebrate. And you give a high five, or you hug each other, because then somebody has removed a blockage and can be open to a new possibility. So this is how PSYCH-K works. One of these, a short insight, or a little peek inside they give you. And normally, normally we would do this with muscle testing. I cannot do that with you right now, but I hope that this process brought you a little bit closer to your goal. Because this effect to the future, that is called the exercise we did just right now, is helping already to give you the feeling that you already got it. This is already helping you to get a little bit closer to your goal. And if you are interested to know more about this and want to do a session with me, I give 3 sessions for 2 persons in this group. If you are interested, I give 3 sessions for a very reduced price. We can talk about the price together. I won't say it in a group, but normally I ask 80 €80 per person per session. But now I give I will discuss with the person what you can give. It's gonna be on a value added based. But if you're interested, please send me your email, and we can do 3 sessions with PSYCH-K combined with VR. And then I also can do this internationally online and in VR, and we can see what it brings to you. And it helps directly. So it helps directly. Only you need to act to really get a new behavior in your system. So it's not like the blockage is removed directly, with PSYCH-K, but then you need to still have action and really work with it. So it's not like you then don't have to do anything. And this is why we can do the sessions, the 3 sessions. I will really put you also to work, and you can get this really beautiful goal, reach your dreams in life with help of PSYCH-K and VR. So thank you so much for participating. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Yes, there's a question.
Donna Maria, we have about 8 minutes. I'd like to leave that 8 minutes for people to come up and talk to you after the session concludes, and also for them to talk to each other if they'd like. So if you would stay around a little bit, I'm sure people have questions for you, and would love to speak to you and learn more about your presentation. And thank you very much. It was a great presentation. Thank you. Let's have some emojis for Donna Maria today. Great. One thing I want to add is that part of what the XR medical and healthcare team does is research. And one of the best ways to learn about a lot of the things that you're going to be learning about, a lot of the information that we presented, is by getting involved with our team. One thing, you can leverage a lot more resources than you could researching something on your own. So I would encourage anybody that has questions or wants to learn more about about PSYCH-K and any other presentation that we present, to please contact myself or any of the co-founders, and we will be happy to provide you more information and get you engaged with our team so you can learn more, and you can also help others learn more about what we're presenting. Well,
excellent. All right, before we drop the stage blocker and turn off the mute for everyone, we want to thank you all for being here and helping to support the Univirtual Experience and the XR Medical and Healthcare team. And thank you. Please give it up. Big round of applause again for Dana Maria, our CaptainVR, and her amazing therapy work that she does here in not only in ALTSPACE, the V coaching and personal development team. She meets on Wednesdays right here to talk about how to use XR technologies, as well as some non-therapy discussions and things to help support everyone during the pandemic. So we appreciate the exploration and the power and the gift that you bring to all of our community, Dana Maria. Thank you. This has been another Univirtual Experience with the Virtual World Society and Educators in VR. We're bringing together the experts and innovators in immersive education, and we're disrupting education all around the world. We also want to take a moment to thank again our sponsors that not only make this possible, but they make it free and open to the public. And without their financial help and your support, this would not happen. So special thank you to HP Virtual Reality and HP Higher Education, our Infinity sponsors. Also like to thank our Galaxy sponsors, Engage VR and Advantis, that are also changing the face and the whole process of education in VR and AR. And all of our stellar sponsors, all of our supporters, everyone else, want to thank them. Also, Tony Cube Studios for the generosity of spirit, and also the management of all of our volunteers, and Tony's management of all the video and the live streaming for Educators in VR and the Univirtual Experience events. So we're gonna, this is done. We're gonna stick around here and have a chat with Dana Maria and Jim and Gabriela and the rest of the XR Medical Healthcare team. And the video will be ending now. And I want to thank everyone so